is just going to be a short little video about the race I did on Sunday now. So that would have been 2 days ago. I'm still pretty sore from it. It was my first 10K, or 6.2 miles, and I didn't train for it at all. Now you're going to be wondering why I train. Well, the answer is because, okay, so we have to go, it's March now. We have to go back to around last year, maybe November or December. So me and my mom, we sometimes do races together, or runs, 5-10Ks. Well, not for her 10Ks, for me 5 to 8. But we were gonna try to do our first half or full marathon, just train for it, because it was about 6 months away. We're like, okay, we got this. We came there and we didn't train for it at all. I don't know exactly the details. There's definitely a reason for it though. So then the week of before, my mom comes up to me and she's like, oh hey Nathan, you still want to do that race? And I'm like, sure. And she's like, okay, we're gonna do the 5K. And then she comes to me about an hour later and she's like, you know what, do you want to do the 10K? And I'm like, yeah, I'm down for that. So I had a week before the race and I'm not gonna train and wear my body out. Just like usually a week of rest before the race, but I had that anyway because I only had 1 week to train, so I didn't train at all. So we go into the race and I'm feeling pretty good. We go through the first 5K and it is the easiest 5K of my life. Now, granted, I was going definitely slower for the pace, but it felt like maybe a mile, 2 miles, definitely not over 3. Then we get down to the 6 kilometer mark, and I am feeling it. Like I did not train for this. My stomach's hurting, my legs are hurting, my lungs still feeling good, but I just hit something, a wall or something, and the half kilometer and the kilometer and a half to, or 2.5 kilometers to the 3/4 mark felt like the longest ever. So we turn around, and so the race so if we start here, the race goes up, comes back right to the finish line, goes a little bit around the finish line, goes down, and comes back to the finish line where you finish there. I don't think it should have been set up like that, but I'm not the creators. So we started going down there, and I am dying, like just dying. And after what seemed like an eternity, it was only about 15 minutes, maybe 10, I see the blue finish line, and I'm like, whew, a long race, but I'm ready to kick in. And it was one of the biggest disappointments because it wasn't the blue finish line, it was a blue medical tent, which is about a kilometer, maybe a little bit around a kilometer before, which a kilometer isn't that far, but after you ran 9, it feels like forever. So I finally we get past that, and I'm like, oh my, what? And I come up and I finally see the other medical tents. They're white medical tents, and they're right by the finish line. So I'm like, okay, I'm hyped up. But before I saw that, I about stopped. Like mom was with me. She was a great cheerer. She was cheering on literally everyone, just giving them high fives. Her arm was sore from giving high fives, which I don't know how she did that, but she was yelling and screaming the whole time of encouragement. But we're probably like 700 meters out. I didn't know this yet, but I'm like, oh, I can't go on. Like I was literally so close to stopping and just walking. I mean, not standing, just walking. But I could, like, it was from a slow jog to a walk was so close. And I just barely managed to muster up the energy to go a little bit farther. And then I see the 500 meter mark. And like the relief is crazy. But that 200 meters, 300 meters to the home stretch still felt forever. We finally get down the home stretch. And I don't know how I do this, but every time I race, I feel dead. Like I can't give another ounce. And then about at the 5% of the last part of the race, I just turn it on. I just sprint down like 150 meters. I don't know how I do it, but I do it every time. So I'm sprinting, but I'm sprinting around a bunch of people. I almost tripped and fell over a bunch of people, but I didn't. And we get into my line, because there's a half marathon and marathon line right by us. So I get in my line and I start sprinting down. And I pass a few people, but I'm like, I can go a little bit faster. So I turn it on full, and I remember this kid was like ahead of me like the whole time, but not that far. And I passed him by like 3 inches. It was a great day. And by the way, you might be asking the time. I didn't train for this. I haven't ran in a long time, so it's not going to be great. It was an hour and 11 minutes and 4 seconds. I got 261st out of 800 males, so top 30%. But yeah, so just wanted to put that out there. Gotta put some more videos out, and I thought it'd be interesting for you to hear, because I don't just do calisthenics. As you might have heard in one of my earlier videos, I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I run, I work out, so I weightlift, what I mean. So, see you guys in the next video. I don't know when I'm going to be posting again, but I will soon.